Just to let you know, Fraser, we have this problem every week. So I introduce it. Okay, so I introduce the episode and he then, whichever way I do it, it's not right. So I could go, welcome to the Fake Marketer.
That's all right.
Oh, was that better, was it?
Yeah, that was good actually. Hey, welcome to the Fake Marketer, everyone. Hello, welcome back to the Fake Marketer. Me, James Urquhart, with my colleague Nick Boddington here, who was only supposed to come on one episode. He's been on 22.
21.
21. Actually,
that's a point, actually, yeah.
It's about 17, actually. There's probably not even that many.
How's your day been, Nick?
It turned out it was all right, and then it got a bit stressful.
Why?
I don't know. Everyone seemed to want everything, and it was... I said to Jay, so I couldn't finish anything because all my Slack just kept on ringing. And, have you got a minute? Oh, just a quick one. And I said to Jake, funny enough, I've heard just a quick one. And there he is ringing.
There it is now.
Oh, have you got a quick one? Oh, it's all right for everyone else to interrupt my day.
Thing is that he knows we do this
Maybe
at 5 every Monday. Every single Monday. He knows.
Yeah, but that's like you calling me when I'm training. It's 6 o'clock to half 6.
Yeah, but you can still talk while you're training.
If
normally.
I'm on my own, yeah.
Okay, if you're by yourself. You've got no mates anyway, so
Depends
it's fine.
if I'm doing a running around.
Oh, yeah, one of those, yeah.
Yeah, rather than... you know what I'm saying?
So what?
So, yeah, my day was all right. It was a reporting at the beginning of the month, James. It's the second of the month. It's the first day of the month. It's just reporting. It's pretty boring stuff because you just reporting. As Jay would says, it's not. Jay would says. I love Jay. Likes last week was putting his positivity and optimism into reporting week of like, guys, this isn't just reporting. You know, it shouldn't be classed as admin. I think everyone classes as an admin, don't they?
It's sales enablement, Nick.
It's sales enablement, yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
So apart from that, I think good today?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
That's right. What about you?
We've had the boys in today. Everyone's been in today. Fraser, Son. Even Rosie popped in, didn't she?
Rosie's in quite a lot of the day, actually.
Yeah, they're in till like 3 o'clock, half 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they popped in. We're, because Vicky's first day back today, so
yeah.
I'm...
Hail, Vicky.
Very happy. Very happy. So Vicky's back, and we were sorting Monday out. So put all the data stuff on there, which is nearly there.
Good.
So we're excited about that. So it means that 9% of my day is free again. So yeah, good day.
So what are you going to do with the other?
The stuff I do from 6 to 3:30 normally, AM. Do that. Just in normal hours.
Yeah. Normality.
Yeah. So that was my day.
Good.
Today, we're going to be discussing how to create a list.
That sounded so amateur, didn't it? Maybe we should edit that. I'd forgotten what we were discussing.
The worst thing was though, because
were you looking at me ready for me to say?
We were just trying to. I'd sort of forgotten then. So how to create a list?
How to create a list? An email list.
An email list.
Yeah, not a shopping list.
Not a shopping list. No.
An email list.
No.
Which is very, very important.
It's very important.
No one does it very well, and if they do, it's not very well.
Not enough people do it.
Yeah, we went on. Fraser and I went on one last week, didn't we? And it was all there, but it was.
It was alright.
Do a lot better.
I got collared by one yesterday. Actually, it was a competition on TikTok of all places, and I actually did it.
What were you trying to win?
Oh, guess, Michael.
Something to do with running.
Correct. Absolutely. It was a pair of Brooks running trainers.
Okay, you're trying to win them.
Well, it's like, win a free pair of trainers. Like, well,
I've entered trying to win things. I think I did enter something once in the last 6 months, and then I thought about it 2 months later. Went, obviously didn't win.
No.
Never win these things.
My nan used to win a lot.
I tell you a winner though. I'll tell you a story I heard at the weekend to do with the lottery.
Go on then.
Went round to my next door neighbours for a barbecue, and he's a landscaper, gardener, maintenance, does that. Got a decent little company. And we were talking about lottery and stuff, and he said that, so one of his clients, right, in their 50s, she bought a lucky dip on the way home. They never play. Just one of those things. Like, might have a look at it. I don't know. It probably came from someone saying, I played the lottery, never won. I did a lottery dip. The next morning, or whatever it was after the lottery, next morning, 2 days later, whatever, she got a text saying, you're a winner. So she's like, oh, sweet. And she was just like, I bet it's a quid or something. And somewhere, it said that it was a quid. And he thought, the husband then was like, oh, I think it's about 16 quid or something. I don't know how they knew this. So they're like, oh, we'll go in tomorrow. So they went into the newsagents tomorrow to cash it in. And it came up with, the woman said, oh, I can't cash this in. You need to contact Camelot. And they were like, really? And she's like, yeah, sometimes it happens. It's like, if it's a bit more, then you get to have to contact them. And they're like, okay, fine. So they contacted them, 168 million.
Oh my god.
They won 168 million.
Can't pay that out of the news agents.
Really?
This was 3 years ago. They won 168 million. And the other guy, who's the brother that he gardens for, they gave him 5 mil. So he's now got a 60-acre estate that this guy's business looks after. And the other couple have got, 163 left over. Just on the average interest rate of savings accounts, it's 9 million a year.
I did a lucky dip a few weeks ago. I was just in the shop getting something, and the guy in front went, "Oh, can I have a lucky dip?" And I was like, "Actually, I'll have a lucky dip as well."
You haven't got 168 million.
No, I didn't. No. I fucking checked it though the morning after. I was like, "I'll have a look at that."
I tell you what, if you came into work and carried on, fair play.
Well, you
probably would anyway,
Yeah, I would, yeah.
and do this podcast.
You wouldn't be there.
I would.
It was a good job they didn't give them £16 cash then. They were expecting it.
Some news agents have tried that. I read some stories when it first went on, when it first started the lottery, people winning, and the actual news agents were were sort of like claiming them and stuff.
I tell you what, I probably took this the wrong way. I probably took us off track, didn't I? So anyone listening to this podcast like lottery lists, email marketing lists.
Email marketing.
Should we explain what an email marketing list is from the view of doing some ads, having a website, lead generation, all this sort of stuff, and why it's important?
Well, first of all, what is an email list? It's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
It's an email for a prospect that's not yet bought from you.
Yeah.
In a very simple.
So you could either go and buy that cold and buy a list, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about generating an email list.
Yes, you can. So you can buy B2B. So if you're trying to contact a business, you can still buy personal email addresses for the senior decision maker. When it comes to consumers, they're not as readily available. You can do email campaigns to a list, but they're quite strict, the list owners now, post GDPR, and in terms of what you're going to get from it, it's not advisable because the average consumer open rate is like 3%. You need to send a lot of emails to get someone really engaged, especially if it's cold. Now, that's where the actual creation of an email list comes from, and we've done it for numerous clients, haven't we, recently? Well, we have since we started, but recently as well, we've done some really good ones. And they work really, really well. But where I see some people miss a trick in the early stage of creating an email list, and again, you can do this via social, mostly social really, isn't it? But where I see a lot of people miss out is that, even Brooks yesterday, so it's a really good example, right? So I put my email address in there, and I've put my name, surname, and email. That's it. They could have got extra piece of information about me, but they didn't. So they could have put maybe, what running shoes do you currently wear? Or how often do you run? Or do you do trail or road running? Whatever it may be, I'd have filled in a couple of answers there because I'm going to get a free pair of books. Now, is that in their email sequence? I don't know. But for them, they should have got more information from me because I was there. I was ready. I'd have given them, say up to 3, I reckon I'd have gone. As long as it was simple drop downs, I'd have quite easily done that. So in those early stages of actually creating the list, trying to get as much data as possible without annoying that consumer.
That's the hard bit, isn't it? Because I think most companies want to get as much as they can right away, and they end up having to go backwards, don't you? Because it's like, and you end up maybe with just with just a name and an email.
Yeah.
Getting a phone number is quite hard, isn't it?
It is, yeah. I want to give my phone number.
But I think the easier thing is if you're doing like on Facebook leads or on LinkedIn, then it's pre-fill.
And this is a good example. So yesterday with Brooks, they had my old email address
On Facebook?
Well, it was on TikTok, so I don't know how they've got my Oh, I don't know how they've got my old email, which is like one that I've had like as a
What?
kid.
Erky Turkey. Was it Erky Turkey Hotmail?
Yeah.
Why is that? And you've
yeah.
another way I've said that is so Erky Turkey at Hotmail.
I use that in one of my talks. It gets a good laugh. Well, we thought it did.
Erky Turkey. So why is that on TikTok? We didn't have used that.
Nick, fuck knows.
I saw a thing on TikTok today. Someone posted it, I think, on Twitter, and they said they were getting, you know, where it says like recommends people you can follow, and it says like from your contacts, but they've got the TikTok allowing to access their contacts turned on.
Ah, so maybe, but even then,
But TikTok's still showing them stuff from their contacts, so whether they're
Oh.
just like getting
Dodgy.
more information than they can.
well, I was shocked. I was genuinely shocked. I was like, how the fuck have they got that? And it was actually quite a bit of a pain then to change it. So that's why I was saying in terms of those drop-down boxes, I'd have filled in probably 3 of those to get into that competition, absolutely, which would have helped no end.
So now they've got your email address. So you're likely not to win the competition.
Okay, well, we could.
You might win it, but you're
we could
likely
be
not.
positive, you know,
You probably-
maybe.
Okay, so you'll probably win those trainers. But if you don't win those trainers on that slim chance that you might not win them, you might buy some in the future, and they're going to carry on. So a great one. So actually, before we go on to different examples, why is it good for someone to create this email list? If we're talking e-commerce, well, e-commerce and lead generation, because we've got whether it's B2C, you know, all that sort of stuff, B2B. Why?
Well, it's cheaper than asking these platforms to acquire someone as an acquisition.
Yeah.
So if you were to think, let's say you were selling let's say an air source heat pump, right? Our average cost per acquisition there is about £700, give or take. But it's a 15 grand investment. So £700 to acquire a customer at 15,000.
But just not to confuse them, that's not for the lead we're paying to Facebook. But by the time it's come in, we know the actual trajectory of the lead. So it's £700 by the time they convert.
Yeah, so if you were to add up, so the average, let's say the cost per lead there is £70.
Yeah.
They're converting, let's say 1 in 10. The cost per action there is around £700. But it's a 15 grand investment. So actually, you look at the acquisition costs and go, well, that's fine. I can stomach that. So EDF are happy. Now it's more expensive to ask those platforms to acquire a customer than it is just getting someone's email.
Yeah.
Essentially, that's the easy route. And we've done, so we've got some really good examples there of competitions we ran for clients. And even like things like birthday clubs, which I'm sure we'll go into. But that is why, essentially.
So you could actually make it quite cheap in the way you could like run a big awareness campaign of a video, and then you could build an audience of anyone who has watched 75% of that video. Let's say the video is 30% long, and then send them another ad. Say, hey, join our list. I joined one at the weekend. I'm well into this. Like, they've got my email address for something. This one's called Wine Drops, and it was basically advertising a particular bottle of wine, which is about £25, and it was for free. So it was like, get your free bottle of this thing called Whispering Angel. And I was like, oh, intrigued. So I had a look at it. It's a wine club, but it boasts how they can get more than 50% off like wines, like good wines as well. So, you know, the average, let's say it's a bottle of £14, £19, £25, £30 bottles. Okay. But you're paying half. So I was looking through the app today, and every day they'll give you different offers. So basically, you go on there, and it's £19 down to £7.99, blah, blah. You pay £90 a year. So I'm in my free trial. So I called them today, and I was like, I want to cancel the free trial. I've not seen any wines I particularly like. And they said, oh, we'll do it for another month. Expand it a month. Go onto the app and see if there's any you like. And I was like, oh. So £90 a month, so what's that? £8 a month? Sorry, £90 a year, £8 quid a month.
Yeah.
You pay £6.99 on delivery, and you have to have a minimum of 6 bottles. But you're making quite a saving on some of these bottles of wine.
Yeah, but are you drinking wine for the sake of it?
I drink 2 bottles a week.
So no.
So if I can save myself 20 quid a week or have a better bottle of wine for what I'm normally spending on a bottle of wine,
Yeah.
then it makes sense, doesn't it? But no, you're absolutely right in saying I'm still in that period of questioning. So what I'm going to do this week, since it's extended my free trial before I have to pay £90, I'm going to order a box, choose some wines, order a box, get through those, and then by the end of the month, go, oh, did that work out? And I can work it all out then. I'm going to do a bit of time, check out the wines they're doing on their thing. But either way, I'm now in their ecosystem.
Yeah.
And that's the important thing, isn't it? Because whether I take that box now, cancel, if they carry on emailing me, at some point I'm going to go, oh, it's like Laithwaite's or if you're looking in the wine stuff, Sunday Times Wine Club,
stuff, yeah.
down to a T. They've got it down to a T, haven't they?
As long as you don't subscribe, it's open season. You know, you're talking about wines. Sport Pursuit are another one that I mention a lot.
Yeah.
They email me every day with offers.
Yeah. There's another one, True Classics, which are these better fitting T-shirts for men, right? And you have to buy like 6, 10 or 12 in a pack. So there's a bit of a lump sum.
Okay.
The actual individual price is right, but it's more like they're shaped better. So a bit of cut in here and make you look better. And guys who have got a bit of a tummy or something, it can sort of cover everything up. Yeah?
I've seen
You've
these
seen
t-shirts
this.
all
It
over
is
TikTok.
everywhere on TikTok and Instagram, right? Now, I did that bit, put my email address in, and I was going over with a client the other day about using Klaviyo and using us for email and giving him an idea.
But he's not fat, is he?
No, and but James, you know how we look into this, right? I've looked into that particular website and I've looked at the models and gone, but how? I don't need someone to make me look, that sounds really bad. I go to the gym. So I already look like they want to look, right? But him up there, why isn't that's buffering? But either way, so you know how we talk about the first 2 weeks of someone. You know how a lot of people are like, I'm going to really annoy people if I send them too many emails. After my welcome email, I've had 3 emails a day for 2 weeks off these guys.
Do you know what's really frustrating about this? Look, the guy on the right, obviously, clearly the lighting's better.
Yeah.
They've like saturated it more, so it's more colourful as well.
Well, they go into this
Correct.
advertising, isn't it?
But I know, but
That's what I'd do if I was making.
I'm not being harsh.
You make the one on the left look crap, and then you make the one on the right.
Yeah, but he's wearing black, which is slimming,
Yeah.
but he's still fat.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to look at him and go, skinny. Like, are you?
No, but the way they do it, they cut in the arms more. The waist has
That
got
t-shirt's been washed about 50 times and he's got it from the bottom of his drawer. That one's fucking brand
Yeah.
spankers.
See, the
Of
thing
course
is,
he's going to look better.
the thing is like we wear those Marks and Spencer t-shirts and stuff,
Correct.
and we also moan that you have to buy the next size up because it shrinks.
Yeah.
In every t-shirt.
Yeah.
Like, a little rule to myself is always buy the one above. But they do quite nice other stuff like shirts, like overshirts.
No, I know,
and stuff
but
like
my
that.
point is that, and this is, I know we got off a bit of tangent here, but if you scroll up, Michael, right, so you've got they're marketing to people that essentially can't be asked to lose weight. They'd rather just put on a t-shirt than make them look half good.
Yeah.
It's fair, it's not
Yeah.
a problem. But then you scroll down for the rest of the website,
And
it's full of skinny people.
It's full of
Like,
people.
if you're like-
they all go to the gym and they all model. Yeah, they're all models.
Like, if you've gone on there as a larger guy because
Yeah.
you've been advertised, because that's, like Giacomo,
Yeah.
you know when you go on Giacomo, you know what you're going to get. Look at that fucker there. He's skinny as anything. Like,
Yeah.
you're not going to buy a t-shirt if you're 15 stone and 5'6" and go,
Yeah.
I'm going to look like
But
it.
do you know what? Going back to the emails,
Yeah.
I've entered their list. They've got however many other people. I've not spoken to anyone apart from these two sitting here. Have you two heard of it?
No.
Fraser? Have you seen it?
True Classic. Yeah.
You have. I've not, apart from Michael. Well, excuse Michael. I've not spoken to anyone who's not come across True Classic in their advertising.
I've seen them on TikTok.
Michael, now, what would be great, we've mentioned the name, I hope you get served an ad by the voice recognition.
You're on TikTok quite a bit though, aren't you?
Yeah.
He's probably seen
Battle
it.
Pornhub. But yeah, so
No.
it'd be
What?
great. Michael, can you
What's that?
can you report back on Slack if you get served with a True Classic ad
I didn't know
without
where you-
going on their website?
I didn't know where you were going with that then. He's just been on the website, hasn't he, on his Mac?
Yeah, it's on incognito.
So let's see if he gets served now, and we'll see if
He
these
knows.
microphones work.
Not
But basically, building a list. So you're building a list of emails. Ways to do that. We've had a lot of success from. We're about to launch it for a client in the States at the moment. The Birthday Club.
Amazing.
For e-commerce, works so well. Henrika, one of our clients, has been running that now for a year.
No, longer than that.
Over a year, isn't it? And she's paying 74p for an email. So, audience, women over the age of 35, like jewellery and stuff, yeah? They're going to see her ads and they're falling into an audience, and we're just retargeting and going out cold to those people to say, hey, join our birthday club, get 20 quid off any order over £50.
So what they do is they do £20 off on your birthday.
On your birthday,
But
yeah.
what we've done is, and this is the bit, and I was discussing this with a client with Olivia last week, which is they get entered into the birthday club, which is one thing, but then when they put in their email address, I think it's the next 24, 40 hours, they get an email which is, thank you for registering. I think it's instantaneous. I'll have to check.
Here's
Which
15.
is, here's 10, 15 quid off, just as a thank you for signing
Well, it's
up for
15% off.
it. Is it 15%?
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah, 50%. And we get sales off that.
And they get sales from that first email, which actually pays for the acquisition cost of the email initially. So it's like, well, it's free.
And then a week before the month of their birthday, they get a here's your birthday voucher code.
They start getting that.
And it works really, really well. So that's their way in. Now, obviously, we're going to give them that 20%, that £20 off and the 50, all this. But it now means that we can send them an email constantly. And really, Henrika's not doing it, and it's probably because she doesn't want to pay us any money to build all the emails. But if you take it like True Classic have sent me 2 to 3 emails a day now for 3 weeks. Unless, what did Drayton Bird say to us? Unless they unsubscribe and tell you to fuck off, you keep them there, don't you? And you just keep on going.
Yeah. Yeah.
But what I've learned, which you're going to go on to on the next podcast, I hear, is you're going to talk about the not ruining someone's email ISP, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Where by sending and sending. So you've always got to make sure you send to engage. And I read a great article, actually, and Fraser, I need to send it to you, which was by Klaviyo, because Klaviyo do Mess's shop, e-commerce platform for his e-commerce shop. Yeah. And he had real problems with it. Real problems with it. Because they were just kept on sending to anyone on the list. And their ISP, what's it called, Fraser?
Clearly get blacklisted.
Yeah, it just went down. So Klaviyo, another agency, had to come in and do exactly what you're doing for one of our clients, which is fixing it by just hitting the engaged all the time. And now they're having an amazing, there you go, 410% year on year up. That's from the email. So an email still is now has the best ROI out of all marketing channels.
Yeah, we had Jem on, didn't we? Just because I love email.
I love it.
Love it.
Putting an ad out there.
Love it.
They also, if you're not going to do a birthday club where you're just trying to get emails, you could do competitions and things like that. But you should try and collect 10% worth of emails off the traffic off your website.
Or when it comes to emails and ways of collecting them, so we discussed the birthday club, which works a treat. The one we did recently for Hilo, which is a electric.
That worked an absolute treat. That did. What were we getting him in for? 30p an email. It was about, wasn't it?
39. It was either 30 or 40p, but it was really cheap. And
he was using that to go for funding, wasn't he? To show how he could help build up.
Yeah, they were going for their second round, but that was a competition to win an electric scooter.
Amazing how many people want to go into these competitions.
But we didn't just go broad, so we had 2 different types of audiences. We had those that live in city centre locations, because that's really their key markets. And second of all, those that were in those markets, in those locations, and had a desire and a like for electric and hybrid and all that stuff.
How do you measure if they have a like? Is it like based
using Facebook audiences?
like what they've interacted with?
Yeah.
Interest.
And they both came out the same sort of costs.
Yeah.
There was no different. I was expecting one to
but remember
supersede the other.
but those audiences are quite big, and Facebook is just going to go for lowest cost.
Yeah, but I was expecting them to. They were literally 1p within that. I was expecting it to be 10, 15% maybe one way.
But it's amazing how many people just don't think of email or even have from when I'm talking to people in the ads clinic. The amount of people are just like, okay, well, it's doing all right, and you're building up, and they're collecting emails. How often do you send an email? Maybe once a month or something like that. It's so unutilized.
But competitions are great, and if you've got something to give away and you've got a really compelling product, give one away.
Yeah.
Like Brooks. The reality is a pair of Brooks is like 150, 160 quid. Brooks are massive. It's nothing to them whatsoever. So just give a few pairs away. They could do one.
How many are they saying? Is it just one pair for this particular competition?
Read it,
you entered it though.
I didn't even read it. I just put it on. But again, they could do one a week of that. Amazing.
Yeah.
Because even if they were to give a load away, so And this is all where you need to know your market a little bit more. So let's say I won that pair of Brooks, right? And I went and bought, and sorry, they give me that pair. And I went and wore them and I liked them. I'd probably move to Brooks.
You go back to it, yeah. But it's 160 quid try if you don't win, isn't it?
Mate, it's big.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. It's like me with that wine. It's kind of like I need to try. In my head, it's like, right, I need to basically go on, choose the wines I want. Let's say it's 3 bottles, 2 of each. And I need to see how much they are on Google. 24 quid. And they're doing it for $9.99. I need to know I've got a saving there. They're now done my monthly saving. They're now done my delivery. Am I still in and how much money am I saving? Based on that, you then make a decision, don't you? But yeah, for you, it's like, that's the problem with a new pair of trainers, especially for exercise. It's like, you don't know what you're going to get, do you? You could buy a pair of Hockers and then go, this is the most uncomfortable things I've ever worn. But it's cost you 180 quid.
But again, if they give me them as a free,
Yeah.
I'm not saying they would. You know, how many people would move over to Brooks?
Yeah. So have more competitions to collect more email addresses.
I would if I was there.
Yeah.
It's worked for me.
Problem is with trainers, you can't do, you know, we have another client where it's like part of the advertising is 30-day money back guarantee, you know, really emphasizing that you can win rider. Yeah. That, you know, if it doesn't work for you, send it back, get your money back. Can't do that with pair of trainers, though, can you? Because you need to try them out. It's not like just walking around the house for an hour.
No, it's not, no. No, but they did me. Yeah, fair play. They've got my email now. And my proper one as well.
Yeah. At the end of the day, and I think now people understand more. So it's like, I think there's two things. When people are always asking me what offer do you think you should have, and I think my reply is, well, what value do you give to an email to one of your potential customers' email addresses? You know, it's quite important to someone, isn't it? You know, what's the value? Is it 10%? I asked this question at the Marketing Push, and he said that 10% out of all the testing that they've done, 10% still works best. People expect 10%, and he had a really good answer to it. In fact, was if you put 25% or 30% or something like that, he said actually you actually fall into that it's too good to be true, and then people are a bit like not too sure about this, whereas they all recognise 10%. Everyone's happy to have 10%. Caroline says that when she's shopping, she knows the whole format of a decent business is that you add to cart, go away for an hour, get your add to cart email saying you left something in your car, here's 10%, nice one. We all do it, don't we? So we know it's going to come. So
10% doesn't phase me anymore.
It's not enough, is it?
Absolutely not.
But then it's interesting what he said by saying 25% might then be a real.
Yeah, 10%
am I really
doesn't
going to get
tickle
25%
me.
off?
I want a bit more than that. Oh, I don't buy a lot anyway.
Yeah.
That's probably because you're a bit stingy.
Like the email, collecting email addresses for things like Mindful Chef or HelloFresh or Gusto. They do a great job with their free trials and getting email addresses.
Oh, they're brilliant, aren't they?
Yeah. Free box, and then I that one you sent me, I think I get 10 at 25% off or something like that.
Yeah, have you done it?
I've got 3 weeks left.
Have you?
And I'm waiting for Mindful Chef to send me an offer. They haven't yet.
Yeah.
So I can swap back again.
They will. But when it comes to emails, doesn't matter what you do here, is that you've got to know your numbers before you start investing and send it up. So if you look at high-low as an example.
Oh, bless you. Oh, there we go.
Lit. That's the first sneeze I've had on here. Yeah, it is, yeah. Yeah. COVID.
A lot of people got it.
A lot of people have got it. Yeah. Client I was in last week, actually, they said they had it.
Yeah.
Not at the time.
Yeah.
You could have, to be fair. Yeah, knowing your numbers. So again, if you look at Henrika, she'll know, and let's look at whomever. I can afford to spend 70p on an email because I know the lifetime value of a customer is X. So I'm willing and I'm happy to invest X amount to acquire a prospect or a customer.
Yeah.
But they know the numbers.
Yeah.
Like Brooks, I'm sure they know their numbers.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And on that,
I'm sure they know the numbers, but the vast majority of people that don't, well, I'm saying the vast majority of people don't know their numbers.
Yeah.
And they go into, we'll create a load of email addresses. It's like, well, why? Like, do you actually know why?
Yeah.
Like Henrika now, we've got enough data now to say, right, this is, we've got 18 months, 2 years of data to show this is how many people buy within the first X amount of period. We've got this many that's like, and then we can plan out. Well, actually,
Yeah.
I'd actually increase that spend on that birthday club, because clearly
Yeah.
it's working.
But it's also, you've got to give it enough time. So we tested it with someone earlier in the year, and after a month, well, how many emails have we had? How many sales have we had from the emails that have come in from that particular campaign? It was like, well, none. We've only given it a month. Oh yeah, but it's still costing us £1. Yeah, but we need to give it longer. You need to give that sort of thing 6 months to actually start, because as Fraser said a little bit earlier on, you don't know when someone's going to buy. You just really need to be the company they know of when they decide to buy.
Yeah.
And that could be 2 months, 3 months. It's not necessarily going to be, probably won't buy from that wine club within a month. But if they were basing their testing on a month, they're closing it down on not enough data.
And did that introductory email for the £10 or £15 off for Henrika?
Yeah.
That engagement you can get from there should then be able to feed into the rest of the automations, the browser abandonment, the cart abandonment.
Yeah. And start your
those
flows.
types of things, and again, you can then build a super engaged list. Who's clicking? Who's opening?
Yeah.
Who's doing one or the other? And then, like you said, about getting 3 a day, that does seem a lot, but you can then start to.
Yeah, that might be too much. It's pretty heavy.
You can find a rhythm in there.
Yeah.
That at least if someone is engaging.
And every subject line is 50% off. Get this, last chance, blah, blah. It's constant.
But Sport Pursuit, they must email me. It's every day. But I don't want them to stop.
No, because you don't want to miss out on something.
Because I'm not in market for like a new pair of like running shorts, socks, whatever it is. But when I am, I want, because I know they're the best deals,
Yeah.
I want to think of them.
Getting an email is like a nice reminder to yourself without having to flag an email that comes in.
Isn't
it? Just keep sending me one or two a week with a nice offer, and I'll wait for that. When I am in market, I'll wait. I'm probably waiting for a couple. I can't think of my head now. I'm probably waiting for a couple of emails to come in when I'm in market. Just think, John, just send me that email.
Well, I unsubscribed from Malade a couple of weeks ago, and there was someone I was like, no, I won't subscribe from them.
Yeah.
Knowing that I'm not in market today, but when I am, I do want to think of them. And we
Yeah.
can't remember everything, do we?
No.
But yeah, in terms of actually creating an email list, it's got to be done. It's got to be done, but you've got to know your numbers.
Exactly.
Because if you've got to know your margins, but that's a different conversation altogether. But if you know your margins are high, let's say your average, lifetime value of someone's £1,000, and your margins, net margin 60%. Right, you've got 600 quid to acquire that customer, right? Simple as that. How much can I acquire that customer for initially, or that email list? And then how much is going to cost then? Because the good thing with email is that when we're going to discuss with Fraser in a minute, but once they're in then.
You own them.
You own them, and once those emails are set up, they can stay there. Now, you are going to have to amend them at some point because, legislation changes or the brand changes, whatever the offers, whatever it may be. But they just sit there then, don't they? That's it. You've got your flow.
A client was saying to me the other day, they were like, top of funnel, they're doing really well, getting leads in at, I think it was down £7 for an acquisition of a lead, which is good. They're used to higher than that. And then I set them up an Omni-8, a middle of funnel.
Yeah.
And he said, what should we do for bottom of funnel? I said, email. So you don't need to. Why would you've now got the most important part.
That is so sexy.
You got the most important part.
Oh, Nick, that is just
What?
bottom of funnels email. Oh my god, that fucking rolled off the tongue, man.
Yeah, was that
That's
good?
good. That is good.
It's true though.
That's a clip.
Why would you give
that up.
Why would you give Facebook Meta more money to retarget when you can retarget through email with a higher ROI?
Oh, it's giving me goosebumps. Oh, I love that. Bottom of funnels email.
I quite like that. Lead gen at top of funnel. Omni-8 at middle of funnel. Bottom of funnel's email.
I've just...
Did I say top of funnel? Top of funnel getting the emails.
If this wasn't a family
Omni-8.
podcast...
Probably have a go.
Definitely not family podcast.
We need to wrap this up though anyway, because this has gone a long time, isn't it?
That is sexual. Oh, I love
You'll use that, won't you?
Yeah, I'm going to use that. That was really good. You don't come up with a lot.
So what's
but I
bottom
like
of funnel? Email.
I like it. Yeah, I like that. So in truth, and to finalise...
Build a list. We haven't even hit Black Friday and why you could absolutely cane the shit out of that list.
But I know we've got to wrap up now. But because of the climate we're going into, people are going to want a freebie, aren't they?
Yeah.
So what better time? Is there a better time, right? And the answer is no. Get a load of competitions going. Own those eyeballs.
Yeah. Own the eyeballs.
For as cheap as possible.
Stop leasing the eyeball.
Stop leasing the eyeballs. And bottom of the funnel, just do email. Oh, I love that. So you go, Nick. Thank you for your time again today. It's so good having you on.
Yeah, brilliant. I'm glad to be back, guys. Glad to be back.
I've been thinking, actually, we
Yeah.
may need to change the name of this podcast, Michael.
Why?
I'm pondering.
Are we still on? Are we still on air?
Yeah, we can be.
Yeah.
I am pondering on it. So watch this space.
Okay.
Thanks for your time, Nick.
Thanks.
See you next time.
Bye.
As if he's recorded himself all through this.